Living authentically isn't always easy. It requires courage to be vulnerable, to express yourself openly, and to risk rejection. But the rewards are immense. Authenticity brings freedom, connection, and deep fulfillment, as it allows you to live in alignment with your true self rather than trying to meet external expectations. When you embrace your authentic self, you unlock a power within that draws people toward you, creating relationships that are grounded in honesty, trust, and genuine connection. Independence is an incredibly attractive and powerful trait that speaks to the essence of self-sufficiency and self-respect. It is the ability to stand on your own, emotionally, mentally, and physically, without needing others to define or complete you. When someone is truly independent, they are not relying on the approval, attention, or validation of others to feel worthy. They have a strong sense of who they are, their values, and their purpose, and they live in a way that reflects those truths. Independence is not about isolation or pushing others away. Rather, it is the freedom to pursue one's own goals, desires, and passions while still maintaining healthy and meaningful connections with others. It's about knowing that your happiness and well-being do not hinge on another person's presence or approval. When someone is independent, they bring a sense of balance and stability to their relationships. They are not dependent on others for emotional fulfillment or financial security, and this autonomy allows them to engage in relationships from a place of equality and mutual respect. Independence frees individuals from the pressures of codependency, where one person's sense of self-worth is tied solely to the other person's actions or emotions. Instead, an independent person is able to give and receive love freely, without fear of losing themselves in the process. The beauty of independence lies in the strength it offers in the face of challenges. An independent person knows how to rely on themselves, trusting their own instincts and abilities to navigate the ups and downs of life. They are not paralyzed by fear of uncertainty or rejection, because they understand that they have the inner resources to handle whatever comes their way. This self-reliance builds resilience, which is incredibly attractive because it communicates that they are capable of weathering any storm that life may throw at them. Independence also fosters personal growth. When we are independent, we are able to focus on our own development, whether it's through pursuing our passions, expanding our knowledge, or improving our emotional well-being. This growth not only enhances our own lives, but also contributes to the richness of the relationships we have with others. Independent people are constantly evolving and pushing their own boundaries, which makes them more dynamic and engaging. Independence allows for freedom not just in terms of decision-making, but in the way one expresses themselves, follows their ambitions, and builds a life that reflects their inner values and desires. Energy is a force that we all carry with us. It's the underlying current that drives our actions, influences our emotions, and affects the way we interact with the world and those around us. We all emit energy, and the type of energy we put out can either attract or repel others. This energy is not just physical, it's emotional, mental, and spiritual. It manifests in our thoughts, our feelings, our words, and our actions. When we are in a high state of positive energy, full of joy, love, and enthusiasm, we attract people and opportunities that resonate with that same frequency. On the other hand, when we are drained, negative, or disconnected from ourselves, our energy can feel heavy, and it may inadvertently create distance between us and others. The energy we exude speaks louder than our words ever could. It's not just about what we say, but how we say it, the way we move, and the emotions we convey through our body language. People can sense when someone is truly at peace with themselves, radiating calmness and confidence. They can also sense when someone is struggling or anxious, even if they don't say a word. Being mindful of our energy means being aware of how we feel in any given moment, and recognizing how it affects our interactions. When we focus on nurturing positive energy through practices like gratitude, meditation, or simply spending time doing things that bring us joy, we enhance our ability to connect with others on a deeper level. Positive energy is magnetic. It draws people toward you because they want to be around that light, that vitality, that sense of life. It creates an environment of growth, possibility, and optimism, which people find attractive and inspiring. Conversely, when we allow negative energy to dominate, whether it's stress, anger, or frustration, it can drain not only ourselves, but those around us. Negative energy can make relationships feel tense or uncomfortable, creating barriers that prevent authentic connections from being formed. That's why it's so important to consciously choose the energy we carry. We must recognize that we have the power to shift our energy at any moment, to decide whether we are going to approach a situation with openness, curiosity, and kindness, or with defensiveness and resistance. When we are aware of our energy and intentional in how we manage it, we become better equipped to navigate challenges, build stronger relationships, and create a life that is aligned with our true selves. Vulnerability is often misunderstood as weakness, but in reality, it is one of the most powerful aspects of human connection. It's the courage to be seen for who you truly are, without the armor or shields that you might typically wear to protect yourself from judgment or rejection. Vulnerability is not about exposing yourself to harm, but rather, it's about allowing yourself to be real, to be imperfect, and to show up authentically. When we embrace vulnerability, we open the door to deeper, more meaningful relationships. It's through vulnerability that we connect on a heart-to-heart level, because when we let our guard down, we allow others to see our true emotions, fears, and desires. This openness invites empathy and understanding, creating an environment where mutual trust can thrive. Vulnerability is the birthplace of intimacy. Whether it's in romantic relationships, friendships, or family dynamics, being vulnerable allows for a level of closeness that can't be achieved through surface-level interactions. When we share our true selves, our struggles, our hopes, our dreams, we invite others to do the same. This mutual sharing creates a space where people feel safe to express their authentic selves, which deepens the bond between them. Despite the challenges and risks that come with vulnerability, it also brings freedom. By allowing ourselves to be vulnerable, we release the burden of pretending to be someone we're not. We no longer have to hide behind masks or put on an act. Instead, we are free to express our true feelings and be loved for who we genuinely are. This sense of freedom brings peace and authenticity into our lives. One of the most profound aspects of vulnerability is its ability to foster personal growth. When we allow ourselves to be vulnerable, we acknowledge our fears, weaknesses, and insecurities, but we also give ourselves the opportunity to grow and evolve. We learn that it's okay to not have all the answers, that mistakes are part of the process, and that we are worthy of love and connection, even in our most raw and imperfect moments. Vulnerability is not about being open to everyone. It's about choosing to be open with the people who will appreciate, honor, and support us in our truth. When we choose vulnerability with the right people, we create a circle of trust and compassion that can support our personal development and emotional well-being. Self-awareness is the foundation of personal growth and transformation. It's the ability to recognize and understand your own emotions, thoughts, and behaviors, as well as how they influence your actions and interactions with others. Self-awareness goes beyond just knowing what you feel in the moment. It's about understanding the deeper layers of your identity, your values, and your motivations. It's the practice of being present with yourself, observing your thoughts without judgment, and being able to identify what drives your decisions and reactions. When we cultivate self-awareness, we begin to see ourselves more clearly. We understand our strengths and weaknesses, and we become more conscious of the patterns in our behavior. This awareness allows us to make more intentional choices in our lives, rather than reacting impulsively or mindlessly. It helps us become more aligned with our true selves, so that we can live in accordance with our values, desires, and purpose. Self-awareness also involves recognizing how our emotions affect our actions. Often, we can be driven by unconscious emotional responses, fear, anger, insecurity, without even realizing it. When we are self-aware, we can pause and reflect on these emotions before they influence our behavior. This gives us the power to respond more consciously, choosing actions that reflect who we truly are rather than being ruled by our emotions. One of the most powerful aspects of self-awareness is its ability to improve our relationships. When we understand ourselves better, we are able to communicate more effectively with others. We can express our needs, boundaries, and desires clearly and confidently, and we can listen more attentively and empathetically to others. Self-awareness also helps us recognize how our actions might impact those around us. By becoming more mindful of our behavior, We can foster healthier, more respectful relationships built on mutual understanding and trust. Another significant benefit of self-awareness is its connection to personal growth. The more we understand ourselves, the more we can recognize areas in our lives that need attention or improvement. Self-awareness allows us to identify limiting beliefs or negative thought patterns that may be holding us back. By shining a light on these aspects of ourselves, we give ourselves the opportunity to heal, grow, and evolve. It's through this process of self-reflection and understanding that we can achieve greater emotional intelligence, resilience, and wisdom. Ultimately, self-awareness is a tool for creating a life that is authentic, purposeful, and deeply aligned with our true selves. It empowers us to take ownership of our actions, make conscious choices, and live with intention. Self-respect is one of the most essential qualities a person can cultivate, and it forms the foundation for all other aspects of personal growth. It begins with the simple recognition of your own inherent worth. It means honoring your boundaries, prioritizing your needs, and understanding that you deserve to be treated with dignity and kindness, not just by others, but by yourself. Self-respect is about valuing who you are, acknowledging your strengths, and recognizing that you are worthy of love, happiness, and success. When you respect yourself, you don't settle for less than what you deserve. You don't tolerate mistreatment or allow others to take advantage of you. Instead, you set clear boundaries and hold firm to them, knowing that your emotional well-being and peace of mind are paramount. This doesn't mean being rigid or unyielding, but rather understanding when it's time to say a no to things that don't align with your values or goals. Self-respect also involves taking care of your body, mind, and spirit. It's about nurturing yourself physically, emotionally, and mentally, and recognizing that you are responsible for your own health and happiness. When you have self-respect, you make choices that support your well-being, whether it's in the form of nourishing food, physical exercise, mental relaxation, or spiritual practices. You understand that taking care of yourself is not selfish, but essential. Without self-respect, it's easy to fall into patterns of self-neglect or self-sabotage. When you respect yourself, you learn to trust your instincts and make decisions that align with your authentic self. You don't seek validation from others because you already know your worth. You no longer feel the need to prove yourself or seek external approval. Self-respect gives you the strength to be true to who you are, even when the world around you might try to convince you otherwise. It allows you to move through life with confidence, knowing that you have the power to create your own reality. When you respect yourself, you become a magnet for positive energy. You attract people into your life who value and respect you as much as you respect yourself. You build relationships based on mutual admiration, understanding, and support. Self-respect is also about forgiveness, both of yourself and others. It means letting go of past mistakes, learning from them, and moving forward with grace. It's about recognizing that you are human, that you will make mistakes, but that those mistakes don't define you. By holding yourself in high regard, you create a life that reflects your true potential. Magnetism is a quality that draws others toward you, often without you even realizing it. It's not about force or control, but about the subtle, powerful energy you emit when you are fully in tune with yourself. People who are magnetic possess a unique combination of confidence, warmth, and authenticity that makes others want to be around them. This magnetism is rooted in their ability to be present, to engage with others from a place of genuine interest and compassion. Magnetic people don't try to impress others. They simply are who they are, unapologetically. When someone is truly magnetic, they carry a certain calmness and clarity about them. They are confident in their own skin, unafraid to show their true selves without seeking approval or validation. This self-assurance makes them naturally appealing because it signals to others that they are comfortable and secure. The essence of magnetism is not in flashy displays or attention-seeking behavior, but in the quiet confidence that comes from a deep connection to one's inner self. People are naturally drawn to those who can listen attentively, without judgment, and respond with empathy. This type of emotional intelligence creates an atmosphere of trust and comfort, allowing others to open up and be vulnerable without fear. Magnetic individuals tend to make people feel valued and heard, which is a rare quality in today's fast-paced world. Their presence exudes an energy that makes others feel seen and understood, even in brief interactions. Another key element of magnetism is positivity. Magnetic people have an aura of optimism and enthusiasm that is contagious. They focus on the good in people, situations, and life itself, and this positive energy radiates outward, uplifting those around them. Their approach to challenges is one of resilience and hope, which makes them seem approachable and inspiring. Rather than being bogged down by negativity or setbacks, magnetic individuals have the ability to find silver linings and inspire others to do the same. This positive energy acts as a magnet, drawing people toward them and creating a sense of ease and joy in their presence. True magnetism also comes from a sense of purpose. People who live with intention and passion naturally attract others who share their values and vision. They are aligned with their personal goals, and this alignment makes them authentic and compelling. Magnetism is about being comfortable in your own skin, embracing who you are, and living in a way that inspires others to do the same. When you are fully connected to your own energy, you become a natural force that others are drawn to. Embodied self-expression is a powerful tool that allows you to show up in the world as your authentic self. It is the ability to communicate your thoughts, feelings, and ideas openly without fear of judgment or criticism. When we express ourselves freely, we not only honor our own truth, but also give others permission to do the same. Self-expression is not limited to words alone. It can be conveyed through actions, art, body language, and the choices we make in our daily lives. It's the act of showing the world who you are in all your complexity and uniqueness. People who embrace self-expression are often seen as more relatable and approachable because they are comfortable in their own skin. Their openness invites others to connect with them on a deeper level. When you express yourself authentically, you create an atmosphere of trust and vulnerability, allowing others to feel safe in sharing their own truths. This kind of connection fosters strong, meaningful relationships built on mutual respect and understanding. Self-expression is also linked to emotional freedom. When we hold back our true thoughts and feelings, it can create inner tension and resentment. But when we allow ourselves to express what we feel, we release that pressure and create space for emotional clarity and peace. It's a way of honoring your emotions, acknowledging your needs, and standing up for your desires without compromising your integrity. People who express themselves confidently are not afraid to say what they need, ask for what they want, or voice their opinions. They trust their own judgment and are willing to speak their truth, even if it's uncomfortable. This kind of authentic communication is incredibly attractive because it signals to others that you are grounded in your own identity and that you respect both yourself and those around you. Self-expression also empowers creativity. When you allow yourself to be open and vulnerable, you invite the flow of creative energy into your life. Whether it's through writing, painting, dancing, or any other form of expression, this creative energy serves as a channel for your innermost thoughts and emotions. It's through self-expression that we often uncover new insights about ourselves and the world around us, allowing us to grow and evolve. Finally, self-expression is a form of self-love. That is the act of honoring who you are in all your messiness, beauty, and complexity. It's about embracing your individuality and showing up as the person you were always meant to be. When you express yourself fully and freely, you give yourself the gift of authenticity, which is one of the most profound acts of self-respect and personal empowerment.